Sorry about that, folks. My video sharing app limits me to 15 minutes. Apparently, I just found that out. So in the past, it hasn't, but they've changed their terms of service. So anyway, what I was saying is that the dependence or subordinate clause is in service to the main idea. The main focus of this sentence is that consumers must become more cautious. And this is the compound complex, the most sophisticated, and it shares a lot of different relationships between ideas, right? So not only must they be cautious, they also have to take steps. Retailers must also take steps to consumers. So that's something really important when you're writing, is to vary your sentences. Don't just use the same sentence type always. Make sure that you're mixing it up, etc. Editing language. Remember, we talked about tone, especially as we're working with a complicated issue topic like conspiracy theories. We don't want to be too confrontational in our tone. We don't want to be dismissive. We don't want to just denigrate people based on their beliefs. But we do want to still maintain a clear and potent argument that we're developing throughout the essay, right? Just because we're being fair doesn't mean we have to be wishy-washy. So don't mistake the two. We also want to, like I said, vary our sentences. Think about, avoiding starting sentences with it and there. Try to avoid phrases like I believe or I think. If you're making the points that you need to make, then that is just extra wording that's unnecessary, okay? Avoid cliches. We've talked about that in class, and we can, strike that off our list of tools. We don't need cliches. They're overused. They're good for conversation. They're good for having a laugh, but in academic writing, they don't really serve a purpose. MLA formatting. So I want you to really dial this in. You can look at the MLA Style Center. We can talk, you can look at OWL Purdue. I want you to focus on basic formatting, in-text citations, and works cited. So I'm going to take us back to the sample for a minute. When I talk about basic formatting, it's stuff like name, your name, my name, class title, and date, right? So date would be the date you turn it in, right? Then you want to make sure you give me your last name and page number. And I want titles. Please give me a title. I like clever titles, right? What the f? That's great. It gives it a little energy. It gives it a little zest. So the basics so far so good. In-text citations, that's something like here, right? And this is pretty good. We've talked about this quite a bit. We got the signal phrase, right? The quotation marks. In quotation marks, this is from an article, so there's not a page number there. And we even see something interesting quoted in, right? So that means in this one, the author is quoting this information from the Fire Society website. So you have this sophisticated move where it's single quote within a double quote, and it ends with a single double, and then it says QTD and Bolchover, which means that it's quoted in this person's article. And the period at the end of the parentheses, and it's looking good, so nice use of citations. So the basic formatting and the in-text citations are strong in this paper. Let's look at the works cited page. Ooh, so a couple things, right? It's on the end of this page. It should be on its own separate page. It should be centered. Each entry is nicely alphabetized, but the second line of each entry should be indented for ease of viewing. Right? So the cited page, some work, no pun intended. It would need to be its own separate page with each entry second line indented, okay? So don't make those same mistakes. All right, just a few things I want you to do. Develop an activity, or not develop an activity, complete an activity. I want you to develop a revision editing plan for SA2, and I've opened this up on Canvas. So please submit it by Canvas no later than tomorrow. Sorry, I said Canvas. I meant Blackboard. Blackboard. So in this revision editing plan, I want you to list at least 3 to 4 steps you plan to take as you revise and edit your essay in preparation for submission on Saturday. So submit it to Blackboard no later than tomorrow. Okay, you can have until tomorrow evening if you need. If you get it done tonight, awesome. But just get that done, okay? So I hope this was helpful. Please email me with any questions. And this is going to be obviously in lieu of a Blackboard Collaborate session. I'll gladly answer any questions tonight or tomorrow or Friday for that matter. And then we'll check in on Blackboard on Saturday for a few hours just to say our goodbyes and talk about the class, okay? All right. Take care of yourselves, safe, and I will see you soon.